Well, what's up, everyone? Sergeant Arger right here. Today I'm going to try something different. I tried to do something because, my video editor actually updated. I mean, not my editor, but my recorder, my recording software. Updated recently. I talked about this on my previous videos. But as you can see, you can't see, like, anything above there. So maybe that will be helpful. I swear, every time I make a video, my cat barges in my room. But today we're going to reacting to Battle of Ebro, or Ebro, or Ebro, I don't know. 217 BC, Hannibal, Part 5, Second Punic War by HistoryMarsche. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to them. Y'all should too. But, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, yeah, here it comes. He's been rude to me all day. I don't know why he just randomly decides to do this. I guess there's a
We had the awesome opportunity to play their free-to-play game, and we got absolutely hooked.
Wait, what?
With its perfect balance of action and strategy, World of Warships is truly a thinking man's game, where you can command massive naval fleets featuring some of history's most iconic warships. As you play, you can unlock new ships to test your skills against more than 30 million players worldwide in realistic battle settings, with things such as weather forcing you to adapt your tactics, making each battle unique.
I actually have the game too. Oh yeah, I should probably skip it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like to do the planes and everything. Oh wait, did it say World of Warships or War Thunder? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it said World of Warships. Whatever. Okay. Let's skip this. Let's go straight into it. Also, just another reminder, I'm going to be I'm going to be doing my live stream on the end of October, early November, if I get at least 195 subscribers by then, before I make the live stream. If I don't get it, then I won't make a live stream. I'll probably just make a regular video. I'll be boring. On the live stream, I'll answer y'all's questions about the channels and, what I think about the election. It's probably just going to be about the presidential election, not the Senate. Or maybe I'll do some research. But yeah, let's see. Let's continue. Just sitting there.
Early in 217 BC, the Roman Senate is still reeling from the defeat at Trebia. But determined to strike back at Hannibal, they look to other theatres to try and shift the balance of war. The Roman army that was initially sent to stop the Carthaginian general from reaching Italy is now in Iberia with new objectives, under the command of Gnaeus Scipio.
Welcome to Operation Odysseus. Well, that's a lot of channels. Oh, I know these people. HistoryMarsche, Overly Sarcastic Productions. That guy. That guy. Emperor Tiger Star. That guy. Yeah, I know them. Oh yeah, Armchair Historian, that's his name. Naval History, Battle of the Ebro River, 217, Hannibal. So it's a naval battle, okay. Naval battles can be decisive.
After first arriving in Iberia in early autumn of 218 BC, Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio Calvus defeated and captured Hanno, along with thousands of Carthaginian troops. He also seized the rich baggage train that Hannibal left behind when he marched into the Pyrenees Mountains while on his way to Italy. But despite this victory, Gnaeus lost many of his ship crews during Hasdrubal Barca's
Also, I question Hannibal's logistics. Like, seriously, I question his logistics. He's all the way in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by a bunch of barbarians. Like, almost no way of getting supplies. and he's like literally so far away from the rest of Carthage, and he has this huge army, or at least at the time it was a huge army. It would be considered a huge army for a while, but yeah, how does he keep those thousands, tens of thousands of troops supplied, and then be able to defeat the Romans? Like, wow, that's amazing to me. Obviously, I get it, strategy.
The Roman enclave, which
But still, what the heck?
crippled his fleet. Luckily for the Romans, Hasdrubal was outnumbered 2-1, and he retreated soon after this minor victory, as he could not mount a full-scale offensive. Both generals used the winter months to regroup and plan for the coming year. The Roman general's main objective is to prevent Iberian reinforcements from reaching Hannibal by land. His second objective is to put pressure on Carthaginian holdings in Iberia by any means.
Oh gosh.
From his base at Tarraco, Gnaeus spends months consolidating his position. He reaches out to various tribes to establish friendly relations through diplomacy and trade, and looks to broker alliances by offering the tribes protection against the Carthaginians.
What?
It doesn't take too long to persuade many locals to join the Roman cause, because just as most Gauls in Italy hate the Romans, so too the tribes of northern Iberia despise the Carthaginians.
Well, I can see why. It looks like they, invaded a lot of land.
And although many communities are still apprehensive about confronting Carthage, especially those on the border, tribes further north of the Ebro eagerly ally themselves to Rome. Gnaeus also strengthens ties with the Greek cities, especially Massilia, a very prosperous city that commits to sending her experienced fleet to help the Romans. And as promised,
What the heck?
Gnaeus dispatches garrisons to defend his allies over the coming months. He also garrisons the Ebro River at his...
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, some sort of fly or something got in my room. And Eclipse is going crazy. What the heck, dude? Hold on. Look at him. Oh, you can't see him anymore. I don't even know if you can see him. I don't even know if you can see him, because I'm literally just using a laptop. I can't necessarily see what y'all see. Maybe I'll saw him. Look at him. What you doing, Eclipse? Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, that's lovely. I'm probably gonna cut this out.
Anticipating an invasion by Hasdrubal Barca in the spring, and arranges the purchase of food and supplies from the locals. In addition, he distributes the plunder taken from Hannibal's baggage train to his army, which boosts his popularity with the troops. Across the Ebro, Hasdrubal Barca posts garrisons along the river to ward off Roman raids.
What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Dude. Stop it. He jumped onto my desk and he's just knocking down everything on my shelf. Hey. But he's not even responding to me. Eclipse. Dude. What the heck? Look at him. I don't even know if you can see him, but yeah, okay. Whatever.
And marches back to his winter quarters in New Carthage.
Hey, get over here.
Hasdrubal currently has 15,000 troops at his disposal. But the manpower reserves and the riches of Carthaginian Iberia give Hasdrubal enough muscle to quickly respond to the Roman threat. He spends the winter months resting his army, raising funds for new recruits, and stockpiling provisions for the upcoming campaign. Ships are repaired, and additional ships are brought in, along with new ship crews, recruited mainly from the Turdetani tribes in southern Iberia. By spring of 217 BC, Hasdrubal musters a large enough army to mount an offensive against Nias. Carthaginians march out of New Carthage. Hasdrubal personally leads the ground forces, while he puts the fleet of over 40 ships under the command of Himilca. The fleet sails along the coast, closely keeping pace with the army on land, under whose protection the crews can beach their ships every night to rest. While Hasdrubal initially had 15,000 troops after Hannibal departed from Iberia, it is unknown how many new troops he recruited for the campaign of 217 BC. But considering that Nias received reports from his scouts of the approaching Carthaginians, and yet didn't follow his first instinct to face them in battle, it is safe to assume that the size of Hasdrubal's army was exceedingly strong, which dissuaded the Roman general from giving battle.
Oh gosh.
Furthermore, Hasdrubal could potentially tap into his vast manpower pool, while Nias won't be receiving any reinforcements for at least a year. Another reason for the Roman general to remain cautious. Nias decides to march out of Tarico and take up a defensive position on the Ebro, with his ships following close by. Aware that the Carthaginian fleet can flank him and cut his supply lines, he handpicks his best troops from the legions and loads them into 35 ships, some of which came from Massilia, with their experienced and reputable crews. With his fleet guarding his flank, the Roman general reaches within 15 kilometers of the Ebro. Nias' plan is to concentrate his efforts on the sea. He temporarily stops and sends 2 Massilian ships to scout ahead. With his army vastly outnumbered, he recognizes that if Hasdrubal successfully surrounds or besieges his positions, the superior Carthaginian fleet could cut off the Roman seaborne supply lines. Therefore,
I'm just predicting this. I bet that the Carthaginians are going to lose terribly. And that's because one of you people said in the comments, by the way, close your ears if you don't want me to spoil it. But it's nothing huge, but someone in the comments said that the reason why the Carthaginians lost wasn't because of Hannibal. Hannibal did fine. It was because of the other fronts, which I was worried about from the start. Like, they seemed pretty vulnerable. But, yeah. It's very interesting. So, because of that fact, I think that the Romans are probably going to win decisively and then take over Iberia, this peninsula. Well, let's see.
his plan
Maybe
is
the
to deal a
Carthaginians will pull it
knockout
off.
blow, or at least cripple the Carthaginian fleet. Massilian scouts soon return with reports that the Carthaginians are encamped at the mouth of the Ebro, their ships still beached and unmanned since the night before. Looking to seize the fortunate opportunity, Nias gives his ships the signal to attack immediately, hoping to catch the enemy off guard. They make haste towards the Ebro, formed in 2 lines. The higher quality Massilian ships are in the front, their crews leading the way, while the Roman ships are formed up behind them. However, Carthaginian scouts along the coast spot the enemy fleet and sound the alarm.
Uh-oh.
Hasdrubal draws up his land forces on the beach and orders Himilco to embark his crews and put to sea straight away.
It's really cool looking at this from a bird's eye view.
The Carthaginians, although
that's here's why, like, strategic game is better than first-person shooter games, for example. I'm just all over the place, but, I'm just trying to make this a bit, just trying to add to the video. But, yeah, I just like looking. I'm pretty sure this is why a lot of other people like it, too. You get to see the big picture everything that's happening, and it just looks so much more interesting like this compared to just looking at the perspective of a soldier, which would be cool too. But yeah, I think it's like the whole thing of detail versus big picture, But anyways,
caught by surprise, have
unrelated.
confidence in their ships. Hasdrubal's troops cheer on the crews as they close the distance to meet the Romans.
Oh wow, they're fast. Look at that.
2 Massilian ships are intercepted.
Ooh, no.
Himilco's men rush to board the enemy vessels.
Oh no!
On the right flank, Carthaginian ships double up on the Romans. As they board the enemy, Himilco's crews begin overwhelming the Massilians and Romans on the right. Meanwhile, chaotic fighting spreads in the center.
Oh no, they did not just have that sound. That sound is like in every single movie.
Meanwhile, chaotic fighting
I swear, that's in like almost every movie.
spreads in the center as the Romans...
I want to play one more time.
Meanwhile, chaotic fighting spreads in the center as the Romans latch onto several enemy vessels.
What was the point of that?
Nias's men are firmly on the back foot and losing ground. The Carthaginians outpaced and outmaneuvered his fleet. But the battle-hardened Roman troops in the center hold their ground. Disciplined and organized, they slowly managed to turn the tide by sheer brute force.
Yeah, that seems to be a pattern with the Romans. Just discipline. I think it showed that in the last episode. I think it was the last episode where the Romans were winning in the center. It was in like that winter place. It was that winter battle, and yeah, they just were able. They had a lot of discipline. Seems to be a recurring pattern.
The legionaries begin pushing the Carthaginians back. In the chaotic fighting, they managed to sink one Carthaginian ship, together with its entire crew. Then another.
Wait. Oh.
Some of Himilco's men begin to waver. 4 more ships in the center are crippled and left adrift with their oars shattered. Seeing the gaping hole in their line, panic among some of Himilco's crews turns into a hasty, disorganized retreat toward the shore.
Oh gosh.
Hasdrubal could only watch as the Romans vigorously pursue his fleet. His troops can do little to help the retreating ships.
Oh,
ironically,
no.
having his army deployed on the beach offered a clear and safe escape route for the ships, which may have motivated some of the crews to flee, rather than fight and risk death. This would certainly explain the sudden collapse of morale among Himilco's men. The Carthaginian fleet finally reaches the shore. Crews beach their ships and hastily disembark, abandoning their vessels in search for safety within Hasdrubal's army. But the Romans aren't done yet. They boldly continue towards the shore, despite the risk of running their ships aground or being attacked by Hasdrubal's troops. To the average observer, it must have seemed like madness to come so close to the shore.
Yeah.
But Nias is willing to take the risk. His ships rush in.
That also seems to be another continuing factor. The Romans' aggression. It even happened earlier in that battle where they just kept, trying to rush in with the Carthaginians. And now they're doing it again. It's very interesting. What did I do? Well, but
quickly latching onto Carthaginian vessels that are still seaworthy, and begin towing them away.
Oh my gosh. What? I don't know why that's so funny to me. I don't think I've ever heard of something like that before.
Carthaginians fail to react in time. By the time they realize what has happened, the Romans sail downstream, having captured 25 of their ships.
Oh no. That is not good.
At first, the defeat of the Ebro seemingly changed little. Over the coming months, Hasdrubal, with his army intact, puts pressure on the tribes to rise against Rome, stretching Gnaeus to the limit. But the Carthaginian general is also forced to deal with revolts in southern Iberia. Both sides spend over a year quelling revolts and regrouping. For the Romans, after a series of defeats suffered against Hannibal in Italy, news of Gnaeus' success is much welcomed by the Senate.
Yeah.
Encouraged, they make plans to send reinforcements to Iberia under the command of Gnaeus' brother Publius, whose turn.
What? I think you need your reinforcements in Italy right now. Probably, because like probably one of the greatest generals in world history is coming for you. Well, wouldn't you? What? Huh? But okay. Okay. I guess I see it, but I guess I see the logic, but another part of me is just like, what? 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 Okay, anyways.
So ended.
Like, what? Okay, let me try to explain this in English. Like, why would you send away troops when you're being decisively beaten like 50 gajillion times in northern Italy? You know, that's your homeland. That's right where you're. My cat is weird. That's like right, you know, your capital is like right there. Only like a few hundred miles away, I think.
A few months ago, fully recovered from his wounds, within a year, Publius would arrive with 20 to 30 ships and 8,000 troops, along with food and supplies. However, it is Gnaeus' perseverance at the Ebro that would prove to be the turning point of the war in Iberia. For the next 10 years, the Carthaginian Iberian coast would be undefended. Exposed to Roman raids, Carthage will have to divert a lot of manpower to defend its Iberian towns and countryside. And over the coming years, the Scipio brothers will pose a serious threat to the Carthaginian war effort. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button.
Wow, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That was very interesting. It doesn't necessarily seem as significant as the other episodes, but still, wow, pretty cool. But yeah, what's the next episode? Battle of Lake Trasimene. Okay, in the exact same year, 1217 BC. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to HistoryMarsche, and goodbye.